Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at Krosus on mythic difficulty in the Nighthold. I'm quickly going to go over my talent and trinket choices for this fight, and give you a bit of reason why I went with these exact choices. Level 15 I take Bristling Fur. The rage generation is really nice because we're going to have high damage coming in from the Syrian brand debuff. I take Gutter Roars because the entire group is going to be stacked at the front, and the Stampeding Roar movement speed is really helpful for getting the group back for burning pitch and your slime when the bridge is about to break. The rest is basically baseline, but you can take Survival of the Fittest if you feel like you need more cooldowns to survive. At level 100 I take Rend and Tear because it's low maintenance, and if Pulverize drops off for too long because there's too much for you to track, then this could be deadly to you. For the trinkets I go with Archimon's Hatred Reborn and Animated Exoskeleton. The legendary trinket I use simply because it is my best legendary that I have. And the Animated Exoskeleton I use because it has a really good stamina and it has a bit of an Absorb Shield. The Absorb Shield on the legendary trinket is also really nice because you're basically going to be proccing it every time. So it does a bit more damage, which is also nice on this fight because the damage requirement is extremely high. So the main thing that you're going to be worrying about on this fight is the Syrian brand debuff. This works the exact same way as it did on heroic and lower difficulties, although on mythic it ticks very hard. It is going to be ticking for up to 2 million damage when you're at 5 stacks, which means that you need pretty much full uptime on your magic mitigation. The other thing, as you can see on the screen there, is the slimes. The slimes are going to, as on heroic and lower, going to create small pools on the floor that you need to soak. This is going to do a lot of damage to you and going to drop you pretty low. So I would save a cooldown of some sort, maybe like a short 1 minute cooldown or something like that if you have it. And then keep a heal so you can get yourself up pretty fast after the slime comes in. If you feel like you're taking too much damage, then any immunity can work. So you can have other players, like a paladin, use bubble or blessing of protection and run in and soak the slime. This is going to work just like if you were standing in it, but you're not going to be taking as much, but you're still going to be taking some damage from the slime. It doesn't 100% mitigate it unless you get bobbed. But make sure that if you get Blessing of Protection, that you're not the active tank, because this could really screw up. When the bridge is about to break, you need to get back pretty fast, but make sure you're not going back too fast, because if you're out of range for too long and for too fast, then he does start slamming the bridge and pretty much is going to wipe your raid. Make sure that you find the exact good timing to get back. You should be using some sort of movement ability here. We have 2 druids, so we just use a Stampeding Roar for the Burning Pitch and 1 for the Slam. That's going to break the bridge. On mythic difficulty, you can't just soak the beams. You can maybe with really like a lot of cooldowns, but you don't want to do that. You just want to make sure that you dodge the beams. Don't try and be cool and dodge them at the last second, because it is just going to kill you, and you don't want to waste your battle reses. For Burning Pitch, on mythic difficulty this works a little bit different than it does on heroic and lower, as it spawns more pitches than there's players in the group, so you're always going to have some adds up. This means that the tanks really need to help and soak as much as they can. For us, that meant that we just try and stay at the front, because we don't both want to be out of range and make him slam the bridge. If you're going to be soaking more than 2, like 3 or 4 pitches, which you can end up on the last platform, I would recommend using maybe a cooldown or some sort of heavy magic mitigation, because it is going to be doing quite a lot of damage to you. If you can, if the NAD is right next to you, try and stun it if you have one, as it just helps. Other than that, there's not really that much to worry about as a tank on this fight, but I would say try and get as much health as you can, and make sure that you maybe recommend to your raid leader that you're using a Holy Paladin, because the tanks are taking around 500 to 600k damage every second. That's pretty average for our tanks at least. So a Holy Paladin really helps with the spot healing of the tanks, and also just general having good cooldowns. They can help soak the slimes, and I think they are really viable on this fight. When the bridge is going to be breaking, you can end up in a situation, because you cannot attack the boss, that your mitigation might be harder. So try and ask for an external cooldown if you feel like you're going to be taking a lot of damage, or maybe use one of your own personal cooldowns. For potions, I would say just use prolonged power potions, This is pretty much standard for any fight, but for this fight it just really helps. It gives you more health and more stats. Other trinkets you might use is a unstable Arcana Crystal, because it just really helps having more stats. And also any trinket that gives you an Absorb Shield. It just helps a little bit with the debuff. So good luck on the fight. I hope you kill it, and hope you get some loot. Thanks for watching.